Losing a loved one is undeniably one of life's most challenging experiences. Amidst the profound grief, families are often tasked with navigating the complex and sometimes overwhelming world of probate. Today, we are looking at the probate records of Paulette Miley Carey. By exploring this specific case, we hope to provide a relatable example to help demystify the probate process for grieving families who might be facing a similar journey. Before we begin, this video is for informational purposes only and does not constitute legal advice. Please consult with a qualified attorney for specific legal guidance tailored to your situation. When a loved one passes away, you might hear the term probate thrown around frequently. But what exactly does it mean? Simply put, probate is the formal legal process of administering a deceased person's estate. Think of it as the legal system's way of wrapping up someone's financial affairs. The core purpose of this process is to ensure everything is handled properly and fairly. First, it validates the deceased person's will, if one exists. Then, an executor or administrator steps in to identify and carefully inventory all of the assets left behind. Before anyone inherits, the estate must settle its obligations. Probate ensures that any outstanding debts and required taxes are paid in full. Only after these obligations are met does the court authorizes the distribution of the remaining assets to the rightful beneficiaries. The probate court oversees this entire timeline to guarantee fairness and transparency. Why exactly might you be looking for Paulette Miley Carey's probate records? There are several key reasons, and knowing your specific motivation will guide your search. The most common reason is being a potential heir or named beneficiary. If you believe you are entitled to part of the estate, these records clarify how assets are distributed. If you are a creditor owed money, you must use these records to file a formal claim. Or you might be the appointed executor, requiring these documents to legally manage and settle the estate. Finally, you might be a genealogist tracing family history. Because probate records are public, anyone can access them to uncover valuable historical details or satisfy general interest. The first step in finding probate records is determining the county where the deceased lived at the time of their passing. Probate is handled at the county level, making this information absolutely crucial. You can often find this on a death certificate, recent mail, or other official documents. Once you have the county, your next move is to contact the local probate court clerk office. If you are unsure where to start, you can use online directories to locate the correct office. Platforms like Probate US offer comprehensive lists. For a helpful directory, you can visit funeralus.com/directory to find contact information for courts nationwide. Many counties now offer online search options for their probate dockets, making it easier than ever. You can often search the official court website using the deceased person's first and last name. Alternatively, there are reputable third-party subscription services that aggregate public court records, but be sure to verify their legitimacy before paying any processing fees. If digital records are not available online, you may need to conduct an in-person search. When visiting the local courthouse, bring the full legal name of the deceased, their exact date of death, and any other relevant details. Be prepared to navigate specific hours of operation and security checkpoints before reaching the county clerk counter. Finally, once you locate the probate file, you will likely need physical or certified copies. The clerk can provide these, but be aware that courts typically charge a per-page fee for copying and an additional fee for official certification. Make sure to ask about accepted payment methods beforehand. Navigating probate means encountering a mountain of paperwork. The most common document is the last will and testament, which outlines the final wishes of the deceased. Accompanying this is the petition for probate, the formal request to the court to open the estate. Once approved, the court issues letters testamentary or letters of administration, granting legal authority to the executor. Next, an inventory and appraisal is filed, listing all estate assets and their values. You will also see creditors' claims, which are formal demands for unpaid debts. As the process nears its end, an accounting document is submitted, detailing all income and expenses managed during the probate period. Finally, the order of distribution is issued by the judge, legally authorizing the transfer of remaining assets to the rightful heirs. Navigating the probate process generally follows 7 key steps. It begins by filing a petition with the probate court, followed by notifying all heirs and potential creditors. Next, the court formally appoints an executor to manage the estate. Step 4 is conducting an inventory and appraisal of the assets. After paying outstanding debts and taxes, the remaining assets are distributed to the rightful beneficiaries. Finally, the executor submits a final accounting to close the estate. You may wonder how long this journey takes. While every situation is unique, the probate process typically spans from 6 months to 2 years, and sometimes longer for complex estates. Along the way, there are various costs, including court filing fees, attorney compensation, and appraisal charges. Fortunately, these expenses are typically paid directly from the estate's assets, not out of your own pocket. Probate is not a one-size-fits-all process. It is governed by state laws, meaning the rules in one state can look very different from another. Depending on where you live, you might have access to simplified procedures for small estates, independent administration options, and specific protections for spousal rights. Because these local laws can be dense, securing legal assistance is an invaluable step. A qualified probate attorney will help you decipher legal jargon, ensure filings are accurate, and guide you through the process, which is especially critical if the estate is large or complex. Even with professional guidance, families frequently hit roadblocks. Common challenges include formal will contests, emotional family disputes, the task of locating missing assets, handling aggressive creditor claims, and navigating complicated estate taxes. Recognizing these hurdles early on is your best defense. Navigating probate brings up many questions. Let us answer the most common ones. First, how long does probate usually take? Depending on the estate's complexity and court schedules, it typically takes anywhere from 6 months to over a year. What happens if there is no will? Your estate is considered intestate, and state laws will determine how assets go to your closest relatives. And who pays the probate costs? These are usually paid directly from the estate's assets. What is the difference between an executor and an administrator? An executor is named in the will, while an administrator is appointed by the court. Can probate be avoided? Yes. Using living trusts or payable on death accounts can help assets bypass the process. Where can I find a probate attorney? Check your local bar association directory or ask a financial advisor for a referral to find a qualified professional for your family. Having the right guidance makes all the difference. Searching for Paulette Miley Carey probate records is likely just one step in a challenging journey. Understanding the process and knowing where to find resources empowers you during these difficult times. For further assistance, please visit the Probate US directory at funeralus.com/directory. Thank you for watching. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel for more helpful content, and leave a comment below with your questions.